Hey YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Just an update on the chickens today. Bought these white Cornish cross chickens last week. They're approximately 2 weeks old today. They love to eat. A couple of tips on raising these Cornish cross if you decide to raise these for meat birds. Like I said, they're ready to butcher in about 7 or 8 weeks. They grow really fast. You can see these, how big they are today. They're only 2 weeks old. And they are big. A couple of things I'd like to go over. As far as feeding, the way I feed these birds is, I never let them run out of feed. Keep that feeder full 24/7. And they'll eat that thing right there. What's right there, they'll probably eat that pretty close to all of it tonight. And I'll have to fill it up again in the morning before I go to work. And the same with the water. That's a 1 gallon water can. And you never ever want to let your water run out. And they go through that twice a day also. And I like to put, when they're in the brood box like this, I like to put some minerals in their water. And I put about 8 or 10 drops of minerals. And then just a pinch of Himalayan sea salt so that they can have the minerals they need to grow. And then another thing, I just went and got them some grit. The one chick there, you see, he's sitting in the bowl, but I just got, that's a dog dish, is what that is. Well, he moved, something frightened him. But, you know, chickens don't have teeth, so they can't chew up their food. And so they have to have grit, and that grit goes into their gizzard. And that grit, that's just, we live on a gravel road, and I found some really fine grit. There's a pocket of really fine grit where rain had washed up into like a little eddy. And so I gathered up just a dog dish full of grit and put in there for them. And what that'll do is it goes into their gizzard, and when they eat their food, that helps to grind their food up. That helps in the digestion process. See, these chickens will be going out on the ground. I raise my chickens out on pasture, so they get fresh grass every day. And so they'll be going out on the ground in a chicken tractor in a week or maybe 10 days, depending on the weather. And they'll need that grit, because this starter grower is pretty easy to digest. But when they get out on the ground and they begin to eat grass and insects and things like that, they'll need that grit. So I like to start them early. I like to get them while they're still in the brood box and get them some grit, and they'll devour that bowl. But that's good. They need that, and it'll stay in their gizzard for a good while. And then when I put them out on the ground, they'll scratch around on the ground and pick up some extra grit and so forth like that. But that'll get them started in life and make them healthy. And so I like good healthy chickens. So that's the tips for the day. Never let them run out of food. Of course, never let them run out of water. That's with any bird. But then chickens need grit to digest their food. And that's what I have for you today. And hopefully you have a blessed day. And until the next video, adios.